Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Talking Flag Season 2. We are thrilled to have another flag enthusiast with us today, someone who is instrumental in building an incredible program in New Bedford, Massachusetts.
That's right. We're talking about the Greater New Bedford Girls Flag Football League, GNB. Please welcome the man behind some of this amazing work, Antwaun Murphy. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, guys. Everyone, thanks for having me. It's my pleasure to be here.
Of course. Well, Antoine, we've heard amazing things about GNB, specifically how you've created a structure that's truly special. So, can you tell us a little bit more about this first?
Well, as most people may know, flag football being the fastest growing sport in America, and me being a college football player myself and having a daughter who seems to kind of, hold on to my leg and follow me, I
Oh,
figure, what can I do to keep her active and keep her busy? But also wanted to create an even playing field as well. And that's when the Greater New Bedford Girls Flag Football started. The flag football idea started rolling in. And then within 3 or 4 months, hey, we was hosting camps. We had over 60 girls registered playing football. And I can be honest with you, girls, when I asked the question, who knows what a quarterback is, not one raised their hand.
wow.
And now, fast forward 3 months ahead, girls are competing, calling for flags. Oh, it's beautiful, beautiful experience to say the least.
Wow, that is crazy. So, can you tell us what was the biggest initial challenge in getting the league off the ground in New Bedford? I mean, it sounds like it was pretty easy, but I think,
I know. New Bedford, we have about a very dense population of people. We consider the big three when it comes to Massachusetts. So New Bedford, Fall River, and Brockton, Mass, has like the largest concentrated population. But with that being said, we just had to gauge the community. So what I did was we hosted 6 weeks of free training just to see who would want to come out, who would be interested in it. I had some shirts made up. We made fun out of it, some bubbles. We did water balloon fights with it. We added anything you could think of to make it fun. We even did hopscotch with ladders, if you catch my drift.
Yeah.
And it was amazing to see the girls go from never doing a ladder to being experts at the ladders within the second, third time through. And as coaching girls, I've learned that they learn faster. They pick up on details quicker. I've also coached youth boys football, and I see the growth in these girls that are the same age, and it blows me out of the water. Legit blows me out of the water.
Wow, fantastic. And that's so interesting what you're saying about the hopscotch, like and using that with ladders instead. So basically just using what they already know, but then in a
Correct.
football
Correct. Yep.
context.
And then we were dropping the football in one square, you jump over it, give it a hop. And then we started after that. We started implementing the one-step cut off of the hopscotch, and believe me, before you know it, we had some phenomenal athletes.
And like introducing it step by step. That sounds
Correct. Something that's what I was telling you. You have to crawl. So it was even humbling on me to be able to go back to step one and crawl again. And it was beautiful to teach. Beautiful to teach.
and actually that's one aspect that really stands out is that focus on developing players of all ages, from like the younger girls in the pre-K and the elementary divisions up to the eighth graders, I believe. So
Correct.
what is the difference in coaching and developing like a 7-year old versus a 14-year old, for example, in the GNB league?
Oh, that's a great question. So I think the first challenge is because of the age gap is to have the older girls understand their responsibility, understand that they're help fostering the growth of the young girls as well. So what I did was I had about 4 teams. We had 10 girls every team, and I put two of the youngest girl on each team. So they can watch the older girls, mimic the older girls, and copy and do what they do. But also, I put in the mind of the 14 and 15-year-old girls that help the younger ones, show them what they're doing wrong, show them how to stand, and then girls just naturally took on that role of leadership and wanting to take care of each other. Like when I gave out my award to see another young sister like so happy with her,
Mm.
it like really melted me inside to say the least.
Oh, that's fantastic. So actually, even the older girls are learning something, which is being a role model, an example for the younger girls. So that's fantastic. That's a great way.
And not to cut you off, like I think out of my league up to 15, one of the top girls was 8 years old.
Oh, oh,
When I tell you this, when you see this little girl run, oh my God, natural athlete. Like
oh,
even
Wow.
14, 15-year-old girls is not grabbing her flag. She's that serious.
Really?
Oh my God. Listen, oh my God.
Well, we need to know her name. What's her name?
Listen, her name is Patricia. I forget the last name. But family, her mom was a volunteer team mom, so they're very excited about it. Um, you know, so we're looking to grow. So hopefully,
Yeah.
she can be a mascot for us, to say the least.
mm,
Fantastic. That is amazing. And
Yeah,
then we read about your league, obviously, and it says that it's family oriented,
correct,
and coached and supported by parents
correct.
and run by a dedicated team of educators. So, how do you successfully blend, that strong family-driven, supportive environment with the competitive drive needed to develop these athletes?
Oh wow, great question. So in the local area of New Bedford, I sit on a few boards. I'm on a board of a community center called Dennis Memorial. I'm at Nativity Preparatory School for all boys. My daughter goes to our sisters, all girls. Yeah. Um, so things we do to try to foster is truly in New Bedford. The challenge is family structure. So
Mhm.
we want to make sure that these girls are going back home to some type of structure. So what we would do for like the educational part, we do a lot of mental health training. We're letting these girls know they are great in their role. Don't have anyone second guess them. And one exercise we did was close your eyes, imagine a reporter's talking to you, and tell the reporter all great things in your mind. What are you thinking about yourself? You know, and then we just have girls shouting out things that were just like, "I'm the president," "I'm this," and just that little training was like, now act upon it. The first step is to think and to visualize it. And you guys, that's the hardest thing to do. And if you guys can
mhm.
embrace that, now let's go act upon it. Let's go take over the world.
Oh,
So that was one little mental health thing. I'm also a loan officer by trade as well. So what I want to eventually do is offer my parents and my community first time home buyers classes. Just education in that way. My girlfriend, she is a accountant, so we're gonna do like financial literacy courses, just
oh,
how to balance a checkbook. I'm talking about simple things. What bills are more important to pay first. You know,
yeah,
Wow. So you have a lot to offer to these girls, and that
yeah.
is amazing. So you're really an educator, like 360 degrees.
yeah, and it was something that I was always shied away from, but I guess just the nature of just calling me to do it because my son is 14 and my daughter's 10, and I'm like, oh, I'm almost done with this. And the older they get, the deeper I'm getting into this. So I'm like, oh my God, what am I gonna do?
Wow. Yeah, and then the mental health aspect is so important, and we are, all about like mental strength and mental performance because we have a background in psychology, and we know how
Right,
important, mental health is, and really training your mental muscle also for performance on the field. So it's not only being physically ready to play, you need to be mentally ready as well.
for sure.
So that's for, on the field, but obviously outside of the field, it's also really important to work on that mental health. So I'm really, really happy that you're teaching that to the girls to give them some confidence, self-esteem. It's so important, especially at that younger age.
Very much
Yeah.
so. Very much so. And
Yeah.
now you can see you can see the proud chest, I like to call it in football.
Mm.
Like we say proud chest, stand up, good posture, and you can just see the girls from day one to the end of the way they walk in, their swag in their gear. It's like, oh my God. And I told
It
my
builds,
son, I didn't know my football player this fall would be my daughter and not my son. But
Yeah.
it just what it is shaping people's minds and ideas of what people expect, and I love it. I truly love it.
yeah. And it builds a lot of self-confidence, doesn't it? And
Yes,
like what you're doing, that mental, that visualization, there's so much research about the importance of increasing somebody's self-esteem. And
yes,
um, it's incredible that you're already teaching them at such an early age, because a lot of the time, like not many people train, like Ambra said, that the mental muscle until they actually find out, oh, actually the mental aspect is really important, like when they're older. So that you offer that at such an early age, that is really special and quite unique, I'd say.
Yeah, and like I tell my kids too, we have to be better than good. And I say good because perfect is almost impossible, but we got to be better than good. And when I say that, I double down on the consistency. How do you be better than good? Good, yeah, you got it one time, but if you're consistent, you're better than good. You're dependable. You can count on you. So that's my slow. Let's be better than good. You know, perfect might be a little more of a moonshot, but let's be better than good.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Such a positive mindset. Fantastic. Okay, so we know that flag football is growing fast, and a huge part of that is creating opportunities for girls to continue playing. So, what are the conversations you are having with your older, more talented players, those who might aspire to play in high school or even college? And how does the GMB program specifically prepare them for that next level? Sorry, it's a very long question.
No, no problem. So as of right now in Massachusetts, the MIAA just voted against making girls flag football a high school official sport, even though
Mm,
it is a club. But I'm about half hour from Rhode Island, and I have good friends there, and he's kind of been mentoring me on how the things are working. I'm sure you guys.
We know it's Randy.
Yes,
yes,
Randy
we have
Prince,
had
man.
him
He's been a
on the
great mentor, great mentor in my ears. He was the one that referenced you girls to try to jump on, and he's been a great mentor in my ear, keeping me focused and understanding and seeing the long run here. And
Mhm.
he's somebody I'm excited to have met. We met through a family friend at a cookout, happened to be coincidentally, and he's doing big things in Rhode Island. I'm here in New Bedford. Hopefully, we can start hosting some tournaments at some point and
yeah.
bringing the two states together. So my next step is to introduce a travel team. I want to do at least two different ages right now, and we want to start hitting some local tournaments. Well, if not that Mass have really no tournaments, but a few local tournaments, Rhode Island, New Jersey, and stuff like that. Just try to get our feet wet. And
Mhm.
Mhm.
that's what I'm telling my 14 to 15-year-old girls. And I'm also letting them know that before you graduate high school, we might be in this thing for real. If
Mhm.
not, if you don't get exposure through the travel.
Mhm.
So be ready to take off your sophomore year, your junior year. Be ready to take over the world because you're the pioneer. If you get to a school, they have 25 scholarships to give out, and we have 19 players on this team. Make yourself available. But I
Yeah.
also tell my girls, you got to have the paperwork to be used. So
Yes.
student athlete first, always student athlete first. But
Yes.
Yeah.
so what I'm trying to do is open up these girls' minds and see that hey, you might not be a professional football player, but if you can get a professional education at a great institution, we're winning. We're winning.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
and if they understand that, use this tool as a gateway. I used it. I
Absolutely.
played at Assumption College. I played a full ride football, and I was able to further my education. But without education, I would not be here giving back to the community.
That is such a good point, because they are all like transferable skills, aren't they? The skills that you learn, the resilience, the self-esteem, the competition, those skills you'll get them in real life as well. So it's never going
Exactly.
to be
I try to
it's never going
reiterate.
to be a waste.
Right, exactly. And that's what I try to reiterate. Everything can be transferable. It's all about your mind. Get your mind
Mhm.
right. Clear your mind. Hey, you might have a tough day, but if you can explain why your day was tough, that's halfway over. Now we already halfway through the problem. Explain
Yeah,
to me why it was tough. And
yeah,
to see these girls girls are very emotional. They're like lost for words at times.
yeah.
But when they get it off their chest, they want to hug me, and I'm like, all I was ears. I was just was ears. And
That's so
it's been revolutionary, and I truly, truly love it. I have a great support team around me. Me and my partner, his name is Cesare Roderick. We grew up playing Pop Warner football together. His daughter plays, my daughter plays. They're great athletes, and it was just something we looked at them two in the backyard, like I say, cookouts, and we're just like, you know what? It's time for them to shine. So here we are.
amazing. Yeah,
Fabulous.
that's is fantastic. Yeah, so GNB is doing incredible work. Looking ahead, and I know you already talked about it a little bit. So, what is one major goal you and your team are striving for over the next like 3 to 5 years
Mm.
for the league and for the broader growth of girls flag football in the greater New Bedford area?
Okay, wow. So for the league area, right now I had 40 girls registered playing. I had about 12 on a waiting list. So I could have technically done six teams and about eight girls apiece. It was tough to sub 10 girls because the girls by the end of the season all wanted to be on the field. So I realized that. So next year I'm looking to double my numbers. I'm
Okay.
looking to get 60 to 80 teams, 80 girls if possible. I want to double my volunteers. We recently just got approved for local local grants and stuff like that to help us get it going. Um, so that would be my primary goal this year and hopefully next year. I'm looking to lock in the high school fields in my area so we look official and we look formal.
Mhm.
Um, so I also have a friend. His name is Jordan Todman. He played for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's
Hmm.
currently on their working staff as well, and his daughter does Junior Olympics.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get these girls from rec league all the way to the Junior Olympics workouts where they can get seen. And I have good people and good places that can help me get there. We always in communication. He wants to fly my daughter down and join them for a weekend and stuff like that. So when I
Wow.
say this is taking off, this is truly taking off.
It will be taken off. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that sounds amazing. You've got great plans, and I'm sure it's all going to work out in
Thank
the
you,
best
thank
way possible. All right, Antoine. So it's time for our rapid fire round,
you.
which means 10 quick questions, no overthinking, whatever comes up in your mind first. Okay?
Okay,
Are you ready?
I am.
Okay. So I need my little video. Where is my little video? Give me 1 second. Here it is. Okay. Number one, what is the one skill every successful young player needs?
Every young player needs to be coachable. If yeah, coachable, very much so.
Fantastic. Great
Perfect.
answer.
Defense or offense? Which is easier to teach to a beginner?
Defense.
Okay, great.
Know why?
Yes.
Yes, I know why.
Why? Because we split the field down into zones, right? My corners got to protect my sidelines, my so we can break them down and give them one responsibility on defense. And then after they get comfortable, now they get their second responsibility. And then they develop that third. Now you're a great flag football defender.
Okay.
Break it down.
That's nice. That sounds pretty easy.
Pretty simple. Do your job. Do your job, as Patriots fans say.
Okay, number three. New Bedford flag football in one word.
Oh, trailblazing.
Ooh,
So
yes.
I like to
Mm.
say that because we're New Bedford. You do your research, a lot of history here. We are a melting pot of population where we have people from all across the world here in New Bedford, and the athletes you come across blows your mind. I'm
Mm.
originally from Alabama,
Okay.
Oh,
and I
okay.
moved to New Bedford, and I became entrenched to New Bedford and fell in love with the history here, from Frederick Douglass, the whaling museum, the whaling industry, down to modern day. And it's like you're sitting on a gold mine here that people do not truly realize. We have a beach, we have all four seasons, melting pot of traditions, food, heritage, beautiful here.
You're selling
Beautiful.
it to me now.
Come and visit. Come and visit. You guys are more than welcome.
We will one day. We will.
Okay, your biggest motivation to grow this sport for girls. You may have already said it, but
Understandable. My biggest motivation, like I said, is to create another avenue for girls to get education.
yeah.
I grew up being, I hate to use it, a dumb jock, and I thought, everyone can make it to the NFL or NBA. But then coming back and looking back 20 years later, telling my girls that we are successful just because I've got an education, I can show you girls that. So my goal is truly to get these girls into college. If they
Mhm.
can get into college, that'd be beautiful. I actually made connections with Post, a few colleges in Philadelphia, stuff like that. I have phone numbers. We've been building, so hopefully I can be able to host a showcase so they can come visit. That's my
Ooh, we'd love to visit. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one. Your favorite drill if you can explain us a little bit, to teach a rookie of 7 years old?
Ooh. Okay, it depends what we're trying to get accomplished. You know,
Yeah.
if we're doing flag pulling, so one drill I do with flag pulling is I forgive me if you girls, I know you girls are very, professional at the flag pulling, but I teach the opposite hip pull. And I only do that because when football, like we tackle, we step through our inside shoulder from the outside.
Hmm.
So what we do is I teach outside pull. So what I want to do is always have my defender change the direction of that runner because in the rules we deal with, the runner has to avoid the defender. So
Mhm.
if that's the case, you get and you set that line of scrimmage or you set that sideline. And by reaching for your outside flag, I think it gives that girl some extra step to set that sideline. If that,
Interesting.
yeah,
Interesting.
That is
yeah. A lot of girls
noted.
reach for that inside hip, they miss, and it's a touchdown. And I'm like, Arr! But we're gonna reach
Yes.
for the
Yes.
outside hip.
Ah,
Yep.
good. Noted.
Yeah.
The GNB League's mission in 3 words.
educate, educate, grow, and to inspire. If I had to
Hmm.
pick 3 words, let's
Yes.
inspire. Inspire the next generation of girls that's coming about. Let them know like this is the norm. This isn't this is new, it's cute. No, this is the norm. Let's get
Yeah.
out here and compete now. Let's get out here and take what we want. And I tell my girls, I said, they ain't gonna give you nothing. You have to take it.
Yep.
Take it.
Good
Show 'em you
word.
want it.
Good.
Nice. Yeah, I love that. Okay, next one. What's the single most important thing to teach a player about sportsmanship?
Oh, sportsmanship. I mean, I gave out a sportsmanship award this year, and no one knew I was gonna give it out. So I would say the thing that pushed me to give out that award was, like I said, consistency. Young girl showed up from day one to camp, couldn't throw a ball or catch the ball. To the last week, she's diving to make catches. So consistency, um, coachable, very positive. You're motivating others. So I guess the most important thing to say is that great sportsmanship inspires other great athletes and inspires other great athletes to show sportsmanship. And I think that
Mhm.
goes a long, long way.
It
So this
does.
girl wasn't a top girl in the league, but her consistency, showing up every day, her drive, show her and being positive. She took a couple licks, bounced back, didn't want to leave her team out to dry, and I was just like, you know what? This is what that is for. And she was in tears, but we noticed.
Oh,
We noticed.
True role model.
wonderful.
Nice.
Mhm. The one non-football trait you look for in a team leader or a captain.
Ooh, the one. I look for a couple, but I'll
Yeah.
pick one. The one thing I look for is relentlessness. Um, you don't have to be a perfectionist, but you gotta want to get better. You have to want to be the fastest. You have to want to get every flag. You have to want, you have to want it. And if I can sense that in my gut that this person just wants to get out there and really show what she can do,
Yeah.
that's what I think grows a great leader.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, we're almost there. What do you want your players to remember most about their time in the GNB League?
Oh, one thing I want my girls to truly know is that we care. You know, we deal with a lot of low income poverty kids that
Mhm.
they bounce from house to house. They bounce from different after school programs to different after school programs and whatever. I can tell one message and let them know that we care. As great as GMB, we are family here. A lot of things we break our huddles is GMB on 3, family on 6. To let them know like we are here and we're family for the rest of our lives now. If
Mm.
I see you in school, hey, that's my sister. That's my brother. We're from the same group of things. So what we're trying to do is create a community inside of a community and let
Mhm.
Mhm.
them know that we are here for life through your transition through high school. And hey, if you want to come back and give back to other kids and give back to the community, we're more than open for that as well.
That is so important. Very,
Yes.
it's great.
Love it. Okay, the very last question. Describe your league running style in 3 emojis. Like, how do you run the league?
Oh,
3 emojis.
Organization, prompt on time.
Yeah.
Even if, oh, we're gonna, no, we have to be out of here by 12. We're out of here by 12 because we stick
Okay.
to
Yeah.
our schedule. And I'm gonna throw a word in there. I'm gonna say fun because what I like to bring while we're organized, we're on time, and we will have fun in that moment.
Yes.
People winning is fun. So as the girls develop from week one, they had fun, 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 and then they develop that win was fun. So it's two different types of fun if you girls understand.
Yeah.
Fun just out there with your girls and we got the same things in common, socializing, or we're looking to win and have fun. And I'm like, okay. So it's a balance that I have to truly figure out,
Yeah.
but we're trying to measure that right now, and that's to see where we truly fall.
Brilliant. Antwaun, thank you so much for your time and for the really important work that you're doing to ensure that every girl has a place to play and grow in New Bedford,
Oh, wow.
Massachusetts.
Thank you for
Um,
having me. It was more than a pleasure to be here.
oh,
I was
thank
excited.
you.
I was excited to be here, and hopefully we can spread the word more about GNB girls flag football.
Absolutely. And can you please tell our followers where they can find you if they want to know more about your initiative?
Yeah, so you can follow our Instagram at Greater New Bedford Girls Flag Football, and we also have a Facebook page at Greater GNB Girls Flag Football as well. So click that follow, click that like, and I will follow back.
Perfect.
Amazing. Well, for our listeners, that was Antwaun Murphy from the GNB League. Make sure to subscribe, leave us a review, and follow us on Talking Flag on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify. You know it. That is all for today. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time.
And if you know somebody or are somebody who's involved in the development of flag football and you'd like to come onto our show to tell our listeners about this, then please reach out by sending us a DM. Keep chasing those flags.
Thank you so much, Antwaun.
Thank you,
All right,
Antwaun.
guys,
Thank you
have a good
so
one.
much.
Bye
You
bye.
too.
Take care.
Oké. Oh, hij is weg. Oké,
Ja,
perfect.
ik had al het idee dat die... Ja. Oké, cool.
Nou, ging
Best
best
leuk.
goed.
Ja.
Ja, was nog best wel leuk. Ik dacht eerst,
Ja,
maar
ja,
ja.
inderdaad. Maar de meer ik er zeg maar echt focus en luisteren naar wat mensen te zeggen hebben, het leuker ik het vind. Want soms ging ik echt alleen maar op mijn script af, helemaal in het begin van ja, oké. En nu luister ik iets meer en snap je?
Ja, ik probeer het ook echt te doen om te kijken of ik iets kan terugzeggen, of ik kan reageren, of
Ja,
ik er een nieuwe vraag van kan maken. Maar het is nog best wel lastig soms in het Engels ook. Ik denk van,
soms
hoe
wel,
kan ik het
ja.
best formuleren? Maar nou ja, super. Ik ben blij dat het goed is gegaan. En 27 minuten. Punt.
Ja,
Ja, nog
want
iets.
ik dacht, oh, ik rek het nog even uit, maar ineens ging het toch
Ging de
wel.
tijd snel? Ja, klopt. In het begin dacht ik ook, oh shit, het gaat
Ja.
snel. Maar de tijd vliegt echt.
Maar het is ook die rapid fire round. Sommige mensen blijven doorkletsen, want eigenlijk is het meant to be quick, quick, quick. Want ik dacht, oh, dit gaat 2 minuten duren, maar nee, dit duurde heel lang. Dus
Klopt, ja. Maar ik dacht aan de ene kant, hij wilde uitleggen over die defense. Ik was wel even benieuwd, maar toen ging hij alles
ja.
uitleggen.
Ja, ik ook heel oh mijn god. Maar het is oké, dat was prima, het was leuk.
Oké, Tiek. Nou, ik zet hem
Oké.
even op end recording en we houden nog even contact, ja?
Ja, en dan zien we elkaar woensdag weer.
Ja, oh ja, inderdaad, woensdag. Oké, Tiek. Fijne avond en tot
Dankjewel.
snel.
Jij ook,
Doei.
doei. Doei.
Doei.